Hi, I'm Shanika Abraham, and I'm the Director of Hematology and Oncology at CHIO. I wanted to take a minute to thank you, donors, for everything you do to support the care we provide here at CHIO. Especially during these times of COVID, it's really important that our staff and our team work really hard to keep all our vulnerable patients safe. And your support allows us to do that. Children have access to equipment and technology to stay connected with their families. Your donations help with research to help us do the best and provide the best care possible. We have programs that children can access and their families to provide mental health supports, and all of this is possible through you. We really want to thank you for all your support and everything you do to be part of our team and provide the best care possible for patients and their families. So thank you.
Welcome everyone. My name is Mike Dynie, and I'm very happy to be offering this practice, which is an introduction to Ashtanga vinyasa yoga. This is a traditional style that comes from Mysore, India, going back to at least the 1930s. Some evidence points to older scriptures going back 400 years or so. This practice is designed to stabilize the mind, to take the distracted mind that jumps around from thought to thought and bring it into a place of focus. The practice of Ashtanga yoga begins with Surya Namaskar. In English, that means sun salutation, and it's the practice of giving gratitude towards the sun as we do a sequence of dynamic heat-building movements, drawing the heat of the sun into the core of the body. This is meant to be practiced with an attitude of gratitude towards the sun, which gives us life. But I invite you to extend that gratitude towards the frontline workers who have been taking care of our health and our communities during this very difficult time. Let's get started. We'll begin this practice in a seated position. Any comfortable seat will do. Rest your hands on your lap. Roll your shoulders up and back a few times. And then sitting upright, lower your chin a little, almost like a slight double chin, drawing the ears back over the shoulders. And bring attention to your breath. Tongue is resting behind the top teeth. Start to slow your exhale, gently constricting the throat like a whisper. And then slow the inhale. Exhaling with sound through the nose. Once you're empty, relax the upper belly. Slow inhale with sound. If you're new to this breathing technique, you can try doing it through the mouth a few times. So take a breath in through your nose. And then exhaling, imagine fogging up a glass through the mouth. Halfway through, close your mouth, keep going. And repeat that again. Breathe in. Through the mouth, close, keep going. So notice that feeling of the breath swirling in the back of the throat and that soft ocean sound. And now keep your mouth closed the whole time and breathe that way through your nose. And that's the basic technique that we're working with. Take the hands forward now to table position. We'll look at some of the common movements that are areas of difficulty in this practice and how to modify them for your own comfort. So the first challenging posture we encounter is high plank. You can modify this by still doing a plank, pushing into your hands, spread the shoulder blades. And then for the chaturanga movement, which looks like this in its full form, you'll modify. Lower your knees to the floor, and then slowly bring your hips down, bending the elbows. This is your modified chaturanga. The next challenge is upward dog. Full form looks like this. The knees and the pelvis are off the ground. And from there, transitioning to downward dog. Here's the modification. So with your pelvis on the ground, lift your shoulders away from the floor, lift your hands off the floor, and then lift your legs up, squeezing the legs together. This is modified upward dog. A second modification, which is a progression, is taking your hands to the ground, pulling back, bend your knees, bringing your feet towards your head. This is cobra. And then exhale, push up, downward facing dog modified, keep the knees down, arms straight, head to the floor. The other modification is ragdoll, bending the knees, holding opposite elbows, letting your torso hang loose. And then we hold down dog for about 5 breaths. If you're up for lifting the knees and putting weight in the hands, bend your knees to help get your back straight. Push out through the palms, spread the fingers and toes. And find your ocean breath. We'll say that's 5 breaths. Last exhale, look to your hands. Step forward. Half lift, inhale. Exhale, fold, bend your knees, touch the ground. Inhale, lift the arms overhead, come all the way up. Exhale, mountain pose. Come back to those modifications throughout your practice. As you continue to practice, you'll get a good feeling for where you need to modify or take it a little bit easier, and where you can push the strength aspect a little bit. Let's get started now the good old-fashioned way, standing in mountain pose. Standing tall, feet parallel about hip width. If you're quite flexible, bring your feet together. Close the eyes, engage your legs, and find that ocean sound in the breath again. Joining the hands together in front of the heart, I invite you to join me in chanting the sound of Om. Take a long breath in. Om. Arms at sides, mountain pose. We'll begin with sun salutation A. As you inhale, lift your arms up towards the sun and look to your thumbs. Exhale, bend the knees, fold forward, bringing the hands to your shins or touch the floor past your feet. Halfway up on the inhale, hands can come up to your legs, lift your heart. Exhale, plank pose. Lower the knees, then the hips, chaturanga. Inhale, upward dog. You could lift your hands and your legs to modify. Exhale, push up onto the knees, downward dog, drawing the hips back to modify. The progression is bringing your hands a little closer towards your knees, and then pick up the knees, bend them, and push your hips back. We're trying to cultivate what's called a neutral spine, a fairly straight spine. If you are really flexible, you can keep that straight spine while starting to straighten your legs. If that feels like too much, then walk the dog, straightening one leg, keeping the opposite leg bent. Alternating, go side to side, pedaling out the legs. One more breath. On your next exhale, lift your heels up, look forward with bent knees. Step towards hands. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, fold forward, bowing down. Inhale, press through the heels, rising up. Strengthen the back of the legs. Exhale, arms at sides, mountain pose. Again, Surya Namaskar. On the inhale, lift the arms. Look towards thumbs. Exhale, fold forward. Engage the front of the legs, spread the toes. Half lift, inhale, option to keep the hands down. Exhale, plank pose, lowering to the floor. Bend your elbows, lower knees, lower the pelvis. Inhale, up dog. There's also the option to do cobra, lifting the feet, pulling with the hands. Exhale, down dog. And breathe. Fingers and toes spread wide, strongly push out through the lower palm. Arms are straight. If you need to come out early, you might consider going into ragdoll, walking the hands towards the feet, holding opposite elbows. 3 more breaths. And when you're feeling up to it, come back to downward dog again. Push out through the palms. 1 more breath in, lift your heels. Exhale, bend your knees, look forward, and step towards hands. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, forward fold, bowing in. And with bent knees, heavy heels, inhale, come up, using your leg strength, arms overhead. Exhale, arms at sides, mountain pose. Same thing with a bit more flow now. Inhale, lift and spread your toes, reach up. Exhale, keep the toes lifted and fold forward, bowing the head in. Half lift, inhale. Exhale, plank to chaturanga, bending the arms, lowering knees and hips. Inhale, upward dog. Remember your options. Exhale from the core, downward dog. 5 deep breaths. Actively push out through the palms, drawing the thighs back. Focus on the quality and sound of your breath. On your next exhale, look to hands, bend your knees. Stepping forward, inhale, half lift. Exhale, fold, lift the toes. Inhale, lift the arms overhead, slowly straighten your legs. Exhale, arms at sides, mountain pose. Last one. Inhale, raise the arms, look towards thumbs. Exhale, soft jaw, fold forward, slowly bow the head in. Half lift, inhale. Exhale, low plank chaturanga. Inhale, upward dog or cobra. Exhale from the core, downward facing dog. And breathe, drawing the front ribs in. And on your next exhale, lift the heels, bend the knees. Step or jump. Inhale to look up, halfway. Exhale, fold in. Inhale, raise the arms up. Exhale, arms at sides. Now we'll move through a few standing postures. Inhale, separate the feet hip width and hold your waist. Roll your shoulders up and back. As you exhale, keep the toes lifted, fold from the hips, bending the knees. Hold your shins or grip the big toes with peace fingers. Inhale, lift the heart halfway. Exhale, fold forward or keep your heart lifted. So if it hurts to bow forward, better to keep the chest up. You can also explore bending the knees. If you're feeling quite loose, you might have straighter legs, where you focus on pushing into the big toes and rounding in a little more. A few more deep breaths. Remember, if that's too much, you can always bring your hands up higher and bend the knees a little. And full exhalation, tuck the chin. Inhale, lift your head halfway. Exhale, hands under feet pose. Bend your knees to step on the palms of the hands, or repeat one of the previous positions. Inhale, lift the heart, look forward. Exhale, maybe a fold there. And breathe. If you are quite flexible, the legs might be a little straighter. You can also explore the idea of trying to pull the hands out from underneath your feet. And this can have the effect of rolling the collarbones back, opening the chest. All yoga postures involve this element of bringing together opposites, reversing whatever brought you into the movement. In this case, it's the open chest. And full exhale with sound. Inhale, halfway up. Exhale, hands to your waist. And inhale all the way up to standing. Exhale, mountain pose. And then standing in the middle of your mat, samastitihi, we'll step the feet 3 feet apart, preparation stance. Parallel feet. Inhale, spread the arms, lift and spread your toes. Exhale, right foot turns out 90 degrees, left toes in a little bit. Take that right hand down along your shin. If you're a bit looser, you might hold the ankle or even grip the big toe. And then head neutral, try to lift the heart. If it feels comfortable for the neck, look to the top thumb and breathe. Micro bend in the front knee. Keep the quadriceps contracted, which are muscles that work to straighten the leg, but still maintain that little bit of bend in the front knee. You can also play with the action of tearing the mat apart with the feet, awakening the left hip muscles, the buttocks. Moving from the core, inhale, come up, preparation stance, feet parallel. Exhale, left foot turns out, right heel drops back, and then reach down for left shin, ankle, or big toe. Head neutral, heart lifted. Next phase, turning the head, look to top thumb. Keep the micro bend of the front knee, quadriceps contracting at the same time. Try tearing the mat apart with the feet. On the next inhale, come up, parallel feet. Exhale, right foot turns out. Left foot's going to step in a little closer. We also angle it in another 45 degrees or so, setting up for Revolve Triangle. So left hip presses forward, right hip draws back. On an inhalation, spread the arms like wings. Exhale, twisting, take your left hand down to your right leg, placing on the shin, or touch the floor next to the foot. Top arm reaches up and breathe. In the beginning, it's best to look at your bottom hand. Try to turn your right chest open, turning towards the sky. Over time, you can try looking at the top thumb. On the exhale, look down, bend the right knee a little, pushing through the heel. Inhale, come up, parallel feet, preparation stance. Exhale, left foot out, right foot in about 45 degrees, heels on separate tracks. Inhale, spread the arms. Exhale, right hand down for Revolve Triangle, Parivrita Trikonasana. And look towards that bottom hand and breathe. Just like the other triangle that we'd done, you could tear the mat apart with the feet to really wake up the muscles in your front hip. You can also try squeezing the feet towards each other, so that moves the left hip back in space, creating a better position for the hip joint and the pelvis. On your exhale, look down, bend the left knee, pushing off the heel with a strong buttock. Inhale, come up, preparation stance. Exhale, feet together, standing in the middle. Extended side angle. Inhale, take a longer preparation stance, feet wider, arms spread. Exhale, lift and spread your right toes, pivoting out over the heel. Bend your right knee. Take another breath in. Exhale, right forearm to thigh. Phase 2, right hand to the floor, somewhere outside the foot. And with your top arm close to your ear, head neutral, focus on lifting the heart. Phase 2, lift the chin, look towards the top thumb. One more breath. And contracting the buttocks, push off your right heel to come up. Inhale, preparation stance. Exhale, lift and spread left toes. Turn the left foot out. Bend the knee, forearm to thigh. Right arm by the ear. Phase 2, slowly take the left fingertips down to the floor. Yoga blocks can also be helpful tools. Head neutral. Lift the heart towards the chin. Next phase, lift the chin, look to your thumb, and breathe. We're all going to feel it in different places, so it's not even worth talking about. But it is possible that you'll find a stretch along the right side body. You might feel a bit of stretch in the back of your left leg. You might feel none of those things. Focus on the breathing. It's really a breathing practice first. One more breath. Inhaling, come up, parallel feet. Exhale, step the feet together, mountain pose, samastitihi. Inhale, take the feet wider and hold onto your waist. Wide-legged, intense fold. Exhale, draw the buttocks back, spiral the fronts of the legs in. Helps to take the heels out a little wider. Reach for the floor with your fingertips. Inhale to a straight spine, lift and spread toes. Contract the quadriceps. Exhale, stay here. Focus on the straightness of the spine. If you're really familiar with what that feels like, you might start to bend your elbows, walking the hands back in line with the feet, shoulder width. Head towards the floor. 3 more deep breaths. Inhale, halfway up. Exhale, pause, bring the feet a little closer. Bend your knees. Inhale all the way up. Exhale fully. Second variation. Inhale, spread the arms like wings, open your chest. Exhale, hold the waist. Inhale, roll the shoulders up and back. Lift the heart, squeeze the shoulder blades. Exhale, fold from the hip. Keep a straight spine. Even if you have to bend your knees, that's fine. Focus on the straightness of your spine. Squeeze your shoulder blades towards each other and breathe. Quadriceps contracting, toes spreading. Bending your knees, full exhalation. Contracting the buttocks, inhale, come up. Exhale fully. One more posture. Inhale, spread your arms like wings. Exhale, interlace the fingers behind the back. You could use a yoga strap or a towel between the hands as an alternative. Inhale, roll your shoulders up and back. Squeeze the shoulder blades. Exhale, pull the hands off the spine. Bow forward, bending your knees a bit. Try to keep the back straight. Near the end of the movement, you're welcome to round the back a little bit. Focus on the opening of the chest. And breathe. Don't worry about what it looks like. Feel your way through the movement. Exhale to bend your knees. Inhale to come up. Exhale fully. And then step the feet together, mountain pose. Inhale, separate the feet 3 feet apart, spreading your arms. Exhale, turn your shoulders in and bring your fists together behind your back. Right foot out, left foot in, about 45 degrees. Inhale to roll your shoulders up and back. Lift the heart. Exhale, fold over your right leg, bending the knee a little bit while engaging the quadriceps. Think of squeezing your feet towards each other, hiking the left hip up, and moving the right hip back in space. That has the effect of positioning the upper leg bone of that right leg really well in the hip socket. Drawing the right hip back. One more breath. And then lifting the shoulders away from the ground. Inhale to come up. Exhale to top. Changing the feet, right foot in, left foot out. Dropping the right foot back 45. On an inhale, open your chest, lift your chin. Exhale, fold over the left leg, little bend to the knee. Try to keep your chest open. And keep in mind that there's different techniques for different times. So I'm showing a more foundational approach that's very beginner friendly. Lifting the heads of the shoulders away from the ground. On your inhale, come up, turn to the side. Exhale, feet together. Bouncing on your left leg, you're going to move your whole pelvis towards the left. So you're leaning the torso over that left ankle, and then bring your right heel to the ankle, turning out from the right hip. Great place to stay. Phase 2, bring your foot up a little higher inside the leg. Maybe you use your hand to help the foot to the inner thigh. And now press the knee back and breathe. Press your standing leg into that lifted foot, awakening the inner thigh muscles of your standing leg. And then gaze to the horizon. Look in front of you. It's going to help everything stay level. It's going to help your heart stay open. Tall spine. Keep looking straight ahead. Try to lift your toes. And then slowly come down, right leg down. And take your left heel against the ankle. Great place to stay. Option 2, slide the foot up the inner leg as high as it'll go. And then press your standing leg against the foot, awakening inner thigh muscles, hands to heart. And breathe, gazing forward to the horizon. Lift and spread right toes, 2 more breaths. See what happens. We're working to awaken the tripod of the foot, which goes from the ball of the foot near the big toe, across to the little toe mound, and then to the center of the heel. And next exhale, lower the foot, mountain pose at the top of the mat. And we'll do the same movement we started with, sun salutation A. Inhaling, lift the arms, look to your thumbs. Exhale, fold forward, bowing down slow. Inhale, halfway up. Exhale, stepping back, lower knees and hips. Inhale, cobra pose or upward dog. Exhale from the core, downward facing dog. Inhale, come through to a seated position. Bring your legs out in front. And then exhaling, slowly lay down with bent knees, heels rooting. Use your core to slow the movement. And as the head comes down, relax the body, relax the belly. Roll the heads of your shoulders into the floor. On an inhale breath, lift the arms over the head towards the back of the mat. On your exhale, lift the hips up, heavy on the heels. Inhale, bring the arms down again. Exhale, lower the spine. And repeat that. Inhale, lift the arms. Lifting, spreading toes. Exhale, hips up. Use your abdomen to help scoop the tailbone towards your knees. Inhale, slowly bring the arms down. And exhale, lowering through the spine. Last one. Inhale, lift the arms, slow the movement. Exhale from the core, lift the hips up, scoop the tailbone towards the knees. Inhale, slowly bring the arms down, keep the hips up. We're going to hold this last one 5 breaths. So grab onto the edges of your mat. Try to tear the mat apart with your hands. That's going to activate some muscles called the shoulder abductors. At the same time, try to squeeze your shoulder blades closer and breathe. Press your heels towards your shoulders to activate the hamstrings and lift the legs a little higher if you can. Exhale to come all the way down, laying onto your back. Gently draw the knees to your shoulders Knees wide apart. And make some circles with the hip joints. Knees together in the center, and then knees wide. The knees don't need to touch. You can just move them in that general direction towards each other, and then wide apart. And then crossing the ankles, engage your core and roll up to a seated position. Bring the soles of the feet together. Bound angle Baddha Konasana. Draw the heels in towards the pelvis. If this doesn't agree with your hips or with your knees, you can bring your feet 1.5 feet forward and reach under the legs for the shins. This modification is called Tortoise Pose. It's quite nice. Inhale to lift your heart. Exhale, bow forward, surrendering into the posture. And breathe deeply. Relax the jaw. Relax the back of the neck. Continue to breathe deeply in the pose. 3 more breaths. Pressing through the heels, inhale, lift your heart up. Simple crossed legs, one leg over the other. Rest your hands over your knees. If you find that you're slouching quite a bit and that your knees are up, try placing some kind of support underneath the buttocks to help sit more upright, whether it's a big book or a yoga block. And then once you're all set up, hands in yoga mudra, thumbs and index fingers together, hands over the knees. Inhale to draw the arm bones back, lifting the heart. Exhale, lowering the chin. Relax the face, focus in on your breath. Let the eyes be just barely open. Slow the breath. And then placing the hands by your hips, bring the legs out in front. Staff pose Dandasana. Find a straight spine. Roll the shoulders up and back. Inhale, reach the arms forward. And then exhale, point the feet, root the heels down. And as you engage the core, slowly go down vertebra by vertebra. Keep reaching forward, spreading the shoulder blades. Then make your way into relaxation, Shavasana. Softening the shoulders down the back, scoop the tailbone towards the heels, and relax your arms at your sides. Completely letting go of the body. Let go of any control over the breath. Relax the forehead. Relax the jaw. And as you're watching the body release, each exhale is an invitation to let go of even more tension, just like a sigh of relief. Softening through the whole body. Take all the time you can for relaxation. If you'd like to practice with me again, please visit my website, michaeldynie.com. You'll find a huge collection of classes that are pre-recorded. I also offer live stream classes most days of the week. Thank you.